I hope. I say I hope because you never know with this thing, so let me just check this. Hello? Yep, we're live. That's good. Okay, so we are actually in a race for the title against Spurs, of all teams. Spurs, they've lost one game, and I don't know against two, to be fair. Can't have been recent, surely. Check who they actually lost against. Because they've drawn to Aston Villa. They've won against Newcastle. They won against Crystal Palace. I've gone back to October, just check through. They won against West Ham. They won against Man United. And they lost against me. Okay, so I'm the only team that's beaten them. So we're first, Spurs second, City and United third and fourth, respectively. Leicester above Liverpool. Where's Arsenal? Oh, probably shouldn't have asked that question because they're dead. I think FIFA has really done Brentford like wrong. So my team, Lukaku, of course, Havertz, got Hazard back. He's kind of playing centre forward and left winger right now, or right winger even. Any of these three positions up front he can play. I could have him on the left, have Havertz on the right, or have him down the middle here like a centre forward, which I'm not gonna do right now. I have before and he scored a hell of a lot. I actually do want to switch Havertz to the right. And then Kante, and right now it's Russell. So I'm basically just putting him there to train him a bit, you know, get his happiness, you know, and all that up. But normally it's like a Kovacic or a Sol, or even a Jorginho. Although I have used Loftus-Cheek a lot, Barkley is unhappy and I don't want to see that right now, to be fair. Because he is performing well. Yeah, his form seems to be bad according to the game. I don't get it. He literally scored in most games he's played in. Actually, I want to prove this. I want to prove a point now. Barkley, 5 goals in 12 appearances. 6 appearances in the Premier League, 2 goals. 3 in the Champions League, 2 goals. So, you know, it's been pretty good. And you may be like, oh yeah, well, if he's getting that many goals, and, you know, you got like a lot of goals, like you'd probably see, you know, the 5 Lukaku goals in the Champions League against Malmo, like, you must be playing on like a lower level, and I am, but only, basically, I wasn't aware the constant pressure thing was on. Well, I was, but I didn't think that would affect the game so badly, and you know how the players.
We are looking at a potential match winner, Romelu Lukaku. A sensational performance last time. Will it be more of the same?
How the players
Stay
just
with
get
us on
knackered so
EA
quickly.
Stamford Bridge is the
And that
venue. I must say
really
the weather
affected
has
my
certainly
game.
cooperated. It's beautiful here today.
So I
I'm
was just
Derek
like,
Ray,
yeah,
and sharing
I
commentary with
didn't
me as
think it
usual
was that. I
is
thought it
Stuart
was like
Robson.
the
And we've
actual
got Premier League action coming
difficulty.
right up. It's Chelsea facing Burnley.
No, not
Thanks,
the
Derek. Well,
difficulty
often we talk
draining
about the
players, but
tactics, the individual
difficulty
players that are missing,
making
but
it
so often it's
harder
the
in a way.
mentality of the players that is key to winning any football game. Which of these teams
Which,
has the right
to
attitude
some
today
extent,
is
it
the big
was.
question.
But at the same time, there's the constant pressure thing just
Crisp
killed the
tackling.
players so much. You know, so much so like
Well, he keeps
the
going.
fatigue really kicked in when you played with them.
Conte. Oh, beating his opponent with ease. And a
Kante.
goal! 1-0.
That's a cheeky goal. I will say that. That's a so cheeky goal.
Well, here's the replay. Watch how he goes past his man with such ease.
I
And
just
it's
cannot
a change
believe
of
that
pace.
happened.
And then through on goal, he
But
just
then again,
goes
he's
for
done it
power
before.
and
He got
smashes
2
it
goals
past
last
the
game,
keeper.
I swear.
There's no stopping that. What a great finish.
Well, back
I
underway,
did really
and
try to get him a
1-0 it
hat-trick,
is.
but
Let's
he
see what
wasn't having
happens
it.
next.
He was not having it. He just dropped back into his CDM position after he got like 2 goals.
Good
I
tackle.
found it really
It'll be a
weird.
throw.
Like, he was playing as a CDM, but in the game, he was just like, yeah, I'm going to play,
Stevens.
you know, right next to Lukaku. Every time the
Roberts.
ball was up front with Lukaku, he'd be like, yeah, I'm there. You know, give me the ball and I'll, you know, I'll take on the keeper.
Applying vigorous pressure. Well, something has happened at one of the other venues.
Oh,
Let's get the
Lukaku,
up-to-date
Lukaku,
news from
why?
Alex.
Yes, it was a penalty for Liverpool. The execution was everything. Top corner, no goalkeeper was stopping that. It's now 1-0 with 15 minutes played.
Alex with the info as ever. Oh, lovely incisive
That
pass.
was a bad pass.
And nearly the ideal ball.
Yeah,
But
that's
a good
one
piece
thing
of
that
defending.
Lukaku is shit at.
That's the kind
Through
of
balls.
shielding play you
Well, for me
expect
anyway,
from
I
him.
don't know for other people. But like,
Sheikh
he
Doucouré.
cannot do a through ball properly.
Rodriguez with it.
And you could argue that the through ball was never
Fine
on.
work from Chelsea to win the ball
Because,
back.
you know, by the time Hazard got to where
Havertz.
he, you know, should be, he'd be offside. Not by the time, but, you know,
Hazard.
kind of like if he needs to be further
Oh, this
out,
is
but if
looking
he got further
promising.
out, he would be
Well, he has
offside
cause to
anyway.
be
So it's kind
grateful
of
to
like,
his teammate.
was it actually on? Was it ever gonna be on?
Conte.
We'll never know.
Conte. No way through. Lukaku. It opens up for Havertz. Well,
And you see
flinging
Russell,
himself at
like,
it.
even though he's like a, what, a 60 rated,
Hazard's corner.
like he's been like
Well, a bit
really
short with the clearance. And
solid.
great use of the ball to keep possession.
Look at that kick. Look at that pass.
They're certainly allowing their
And now
opponents
he's
to
running
come
into
onto
the
them.
box, kind of like Kante is.
Lukaku.
I just
Can he
really
put
want
it
to give him a goal
away?
now. Oh,
And it
I got it
goes!
too. That's
will
amazing to
greatly
be
help
fair.
their
I was just
cause.
like, yeah,
Now
he
they
deserves the
only
goal,
need to
and he
keep
was just right there.
concentration levels high.
That's what he did. That's what.
Well, just
I
look at his
cannot
strength
believe
here.
that.
He holds off the challenge, he keeps his balance, and he finds
And
the
yeah,
back
that's not
of the
his
net.
first goal
It's a
either.
wonderful goal.
So 2-0
He scored
now.
on his debut, and I think that was it. I don't think he scored since.
Rob them.
And his debut was probably against like Crystal Palace or Norwich. So it wasn't like a massive
Not the
game.
pass he had in mind.
But for him, it probably was.
Roberts. In position here to protect the ball. Really getting stuck in.
I'll tell you what though, I look at like
Almost at
player
half-time,
ratings
and
a
they're
lot
making
more
home
than they
advantage
used to,
count, I
right?
think
Because
it's
they're
fair
kind
to
of in the
say.
face.
Stuart, your thoughts?
Yes,
And
it's been a really energetic display
It's
from
like
them so far.
the
The passing's
defenders are
been
just
sharp,
they
the
get
movement from the
so
front players has
hard
been
done
excellent,
by
and the
in this
finishing has
game.
been
I swear,
clinical. They will
like
certainly be happy going in at
6.7 and all that.
half-time.
Like I'm just like,
Well,
so
not
you're
every
gonna give
keeper
him, you know,
would have
like a
been that
5 or a
brave.
6
Well, he
rated
read it
when
brilliantly, didn't he? Top stuff from the
they've
keeper.
been, you know, they've not
So-
let anything through basically. I mean, yes, they may not have like 100 touches, you know. Well, they barely have 10. But like, is that their fault? Are you gonna, you know, say that
The two
they
teams have switched around
are, you know,
and are
have not
ready now
been
for the
good
second
when
half.
nothing's got past them and they've rarely had any touches? Isn't that, you know, kind of like what? I mean, then again, you could say, yeah, well, that's the midfield playing good, and the defenders just not having to play much. But like, if I kick this ball around,
Thiago
back
Silva.
into, back into, back
On the
into,
ball, Rudiger.
right, it would give them a really good rating, I swear.
Well, this is certainly the home of live football, EA TV, and looking forward to bringing you more action from the Premier League. It's Chelsea taking on Leicester City.
I'm really looking forward to that. Two entertaining teams in what should
But
be
if
a
I
really
didn't, I bet
feisty
they'd have
affair.
like a 6.2 or 5.8 or something like that. I don't know. We'll look after. We'll look after.
Doucouré. And the right place to cut out the pass.
Hazard can go himself.
Well, what can
No,
they
he
do to
can't.
stop him running at them?
What?
But
No,
quick
no, I
thinking
didn't want to be
defensively.
Kante.
Jay Rodriguez. And scope for them to produce something exciting. Can he finish? On a strong glove
That's
on
another
the
thing,
ball from the keeper.
I said it with Barkley. It said his form is bad when he's actually like
Well, I
doing
still
really
can't
good
believe that didn't go
for
in, Derek.
himself.
What an
You
incredible
know,
save.
scoring, passing well. You know, holding up the play
Well, that's
well.
a pass of high quality. Something to worry about here. Well, it's
And I'm gonna make subs. And same with Silva, like they said his form was bad. And I'm just like, yeah, no, he wasn't. You know, he's been like really good for me. What players do I like for Everton? That's actually a good question because like Everton have like a really good team. Like, you know, for what kind of club they are in a way. But like it's hard for them because it's kind of like they have good players, but at the same time, it's that some players aren't utilized to like what they could, you know, to like better their abilities. But like,
ended up being quite
I mean, the thing with
frankly
me, right?
easy for the keeper.
Well, he should be hitting
With
the back of the
teams,
net.
I'm just
That's
like,
a
yeah,
poor
I
effort.
know players.
Well,
When
I'm
it comes
hearing
to
a
some
change
teams,
to
I'm
the
just like,
scoreline in the Everton game. Alex
I
Scott
can remember
tell us
a
more.
few, but I'm,
It's
you
a
know, I
second
wouldn't
goal for Spurs.
be able to
It's now
name the whole
2-1
squad.
with
So
66
in terms
minutes
of,
played.
you
I'm
know,
really enjoying
the
this
players
one,
in which I
Derek.
like, I
Alex, thank you
could
very much.
give you a basic
And the
answer
flag
in
is
like,
up.
you know, like,
Offside.
especially
Well,
for
that's just
people
a lack
like
of awareness. He was clearly in
Richarlison
an offside position.
is really good in like Ultimate Team.
Well, they've been getting the substitute ready, and
And
now they
Keane
will
is
make
normally
the
a good
personnel
defender,
change.
to be fair. I mean, like, he's been really well for them over the years. Yeah, Richarlison is like really good on FIFA, to be fair. I know his form is kind of like
Getting
in
in
and
there to
out
intercept.
in real life, I guess. Because he has a
20
lot of
minutes to
up
go.
and down moments. He has in his career anyway.
Barkley.
Like sometimes he'll just go on a really dry patch, but he'll pick up. So I mean,
Giving them a
it's
different
really
option
hard
by
to
moving
judge
infield.
players like him.
Credit to them for winning back possession.
But yeah, I'd say I like him.
And news of a goal
Gomez
at
is, yeah,
Goodison
he's
Park.
probably like
Alex
one
Scott has the details for us.
of the,
It's
you
a
know,
second
kind of
goal for
stars right
Everton.
now.
It's all level again.
Like,
at
I think
2-2
he
with
really
74 minutes played.
helps
Cheers,
them
Alex.
kind of solidify their midfield.
Well, just to point you in the right direction, we have more live action from the Premier League coming up here on EA TV. It's Burnley facing Crystal Palace. McNeil. Really good challenge. Breaking at pace.
Glad you're watching though, glad you're
But
watching
really
because, you
sticking to
know,
the task
gotta
defensively.
build this
Well,
channel
that
up
looked to be
somehow,
quite
and, you know, even if
dangerous,
it's
but
just
a
like
fraction off.
one person, you know. I support
And a
Chelsea, as, you know,
substitution
that's
in
what
the
I'm
offing.
playing as right now, so it's kind of like, yeah, why not? I was gonna do like a smaller club career,
McNeil.
like a Wrexham or as I tried to do on
They need
FIFA
to get
21
tighter.
before my, you know, kind
Superb
of
stop.
stream died. Like a Kawasaki
There's to win it
Frontale
back.
from like Japan.
Oh, good looking run.
But, you know, Chelsea are
And just
my
slightly
main.
offside.
Yeah. Divna, yeah, he's alright. I don't know that much. I know, you know, what he does,
A
but
move of
I'm not
promise
really
on the
one of
flank.
those fans that would
He could pick out a
follow
teammate.
all the teams.
And
I'm not
Lukaku
sure
totally composed with the
on
finish.
his form in real life right now, but he seems to be a good player.
Well, here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box.
But
Just
as I said,
begging
I
someone
don't
to get on the
really
end of it. And it's a
follow
comfortable finish in the end, which is made to look
certain,
so
you know,
easy.
players.
It's a lovely
You
goal.
know,
Is this going to be a thrashing?
Fernandes. I
3-0
mean,
now.
he's probably the best player in
So the
United's
final
team right
whistle,
now.
and what we can
And
say
to be fair,
officially
like
now is that Chelsea
even
have
with
picked up
Ronaldo there,
maximum
which is
points
an
from this fixture.
amazing,
Well, we talked about their ability
amazing
to score
signing
goals.
for them. Like even I was like happy for them that he came back to the Premier League to them, because like he had a great few years in Man United, and his return will do them some good. And I think him being there and the signings they made kind of exposes Solskjaer in a way, kind of like his, even with the players they've got now, they should be winning. And you know, it's like last night they lost to Leicester, and technically they should have won that game. Like on paper they should have won, but instead they, you know, losing 4-2. And I'm not gonna say that it was, you know, all his fault, because of course, you know, the players have something to do with it, because you know he's not playing himself, is he? But like his managerial experience is, you know, very. I mean, the list is very, very short. He's done little, so it's kind of like it's, and the decisions he makes in and out of game is kind of like, why are you doing this? You know. But Fernandes, I think without Fernandes, they would be in real poor form, especially like last season too. Like in last season, you know, they wouldn't have had Ronaldo, they wouldn't have had, you know, Varane, Sancho, so they would have been, you know, stuck with what they had, and I don't think anyone else could have stepped up to the fight. I mean, maybe Pogba, although Pogba was in and out of form, but kind of like, yeah, I don't think they'd be complete without Fernandes, and I think that it could have been a very different table if Fernandes wasn't in United squad. I really do. I mean, people also like really underrate Paul Pogba in a way, because like he's not, you know, just typical midfielder. You know, he's a specialist kind of thing. He specializes in what, you know, kind of the position he plays in and the things he does, like in game. But like, I mean, for France, I don't like him. I think he screws up Kante too much for France, leaving the position, you know, kind of left open. But he you know, likes to attack. I don't think he's good in a double pivot kind of thing. I think he's more of an attacking midfielder rather than you know, a CM or a CDM. But I think if played right with the right players under the right manager, then he could really be in the form of his life right now.
Okay, welcome everyone. We'll be starting to take questions now.
Okay, so next is Leicester. Feels pretty interesting, considering like where they are in the table now. I think they're like behind
And that's all we have time
City, are they? Because Spurs dropped a few points. No, they're behind Spurs, yeah. Spurs dropped, which is really good for me. Did they must have drawn, surely. Who did they have? Because they've only lost against Chelsea. So who did they draw to? They drew to Everton. Now that's really weird considering the question that was in chat. So it's kind of like, That's really weird. That is really weird. I'll tell you what, I do not get the point of these training drills at times. Like, they're so repetitive. I mean, you could argue that, you know, it's kind of realistic in the way that is repetitive, but like, I just don't, you know, they reuse so
All
many.
eyes on Iago Aspas. On the back of a hat-trick,
They have
will he
Aspas?
continue to excel? The action is live
Wow.
on EA TV.
I never saw that transfer.
Hello from the King Power Stadium on a clear night, ideal playing conditions. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me to provide
actually
expert
glad that they
analysis
fixed-
is
it
Stuart
looks like they
Robson.
fixed this
And we've got Premier League action
game
coming
a
right
bit,
up.
because
It's
like
Leicester City taking on
normally
Chelsea.
it wouldn't
Well, thanks, Derek, as always.
put,
The
you know,
scene
the
is set,
team you're playing
two
as
good
in their
teams,
away
great
kit
playing
went away,
surface and a vibrant
which was
atmosphere.
really
Has all the
frustrating when
ingredients
you
for a
wanted
really
to be
exciting
like
game.
kind of realistic with it.
Won it back.
Because to be
here's
fair,
how
Chelsea's
Leicester
away kit
City
is
will
really
line
good.
up. Kasper Schmeichel stands between the posts. Wilfred Ndidi starts with Yuri Tielemans. And the keeper taking it cleanly.
Well, that was a clean save from Andy. Like really, really clean.
Well, Chelsea deserved all the plaudits they got for their win against Burnley. What do you expect to see this time, Stuart?
Yes, that was the all-round team performance, wasn't it? They could have won by more than 3-0. Their fans absolutely loved it. Today, though, it's going to be a really competitive game, and I'm not sure I can pick a winner here. Should be compelling.
Well, he decided to let the play flow, but now he's going to issue a yellow card.
Yeah, I think that's good refereeing. He tried to play the advantage.
Not messing around with that clearance. Really good high press.
Oh, that was a bad move.
It is now with Jorginho.
No,
That's how to
no,
block
what are you
the
doing?
edge of the opposing attack. Well,
I'll
as we
tell you what I
glance at
do
the
laugh
table,
about
it
this
really is
FIFA
shaping
that I
up to
like.
be a captivating season.
There's like
highly
some
competitive,
really-
especially at the summit.
Well, what a great title race this looks like being. Yes, there's a long way to go, but it's difficult to split these teams at the moment.
And yeah, if
Let's
I
hope
pause
I'm
and
right.
just listening to the commentary, I have a habit of doing that sometimes. But I find it
Lukaku.
really good how they like include some youth players, because I've never heard of
Marcus
Uakwe
Alonso.
or whatever
Now
his name's, you
delivering
know, for
that deep
Chelsea
cross.
before.
Not really
Seen him in the
ideal
game.
clearance.
Like, of course, I've heard of, you know,
James Maddison.
those who left, like, you know,
Here's
Brozier,
Ademola
who's on
Lookman.
loan at Southampton, I
It's a
think.
good Leicester move in the making.
And obviously, you know, the
Firing
one
it
that went
towards
to
Fine goalkeeping to push that
yeah,
away.
also to
And the
Southampton,
keeper
I
was
think.
finally able to claim it.
Well, what a
Livramento.
great piece of goalkeeping. Firstly, the save, and then the recovery. Brilliant from him.
But like
He's
Uakwe
in
and
behind.
McClelland, I'm just like, wow.
Can he convert? And there it is, the opening
Goal.
goal.
Not the pass I
1-0,
wanted to
and
play,
they'll feel they
but
deserve
that
it.
goal was nice.
Well, here we can see it again. He's shown outstanding vision to find the perfect cutback, and he makes no mistake with the finish. He showed a lot of composure there.
And Leicester get the ball rolling once more. We're about to find out how they're going to react to the setback. On the
Spurs
offensive,
are winning 3-1 at Newcastle. I mean, that's really
but it
interesting, I
fizzles
think.
out thanks to that piece of defending.
Because it's like Steve Bruce's like 100th game in charge or something like
Kai Havertz.
that. So it's, you know, really...
Alonso. Alonso.
I would have thought, like,
And the
even
danger's
with
still on.
Newcastle's bad
What a
form, I was just
lovely
like,
strike.
I have a feeling that
Lethal
Newcastle
piece
are going to
of
be really
finishing.
good
Drilled
this weekend.
home with true conviction. Tremendous goal.
And you could argue, like, maybe some of the things, like, that happened during the match affected them, but, like, you can't always have excuses.
When you see this again, the defending just isn't good enough. The clearance doesn't get enough height on it, doesn't get enough distance on it, and suddenly the ball's being played back into their danger area, and they don't reorganise themselves, and that's why the ball's in the back of their net.
Well, a second goal for them
But
here.
Havertz is really on form this game, like, literally, he
Iago
would not be this
Aspas.
good, normally.
Very quick
Like, he'd have a
thinking
few moments, and, you know,
Well,
he
as the
has
stats
scored
confirm, Chelsea
a few
have
times
controlled the
before.
ball, and as a result have dominated the
But
game. Some of their passing
he's
movements have
been
been
really
a joy
good
to
this
watch,
like
and I
first
don't
half.
think anything's going to change that.
Tremendous
He's
block.
normally, he's getting like a goal over the entire game maybe, but like the first half, that's
Tielemans. Madison with it. Pepe. Oh, fancy footwork. Just missing narrowly on the volley.
Well, it's a fantastic effort.
I
Difficult
cannot
technique, but he
believe he
caught
missed
it
that.
so well. He's unfortunate.
Well, that's how to dispossess your opponent.
Lonzo.
Room to manoeuvre on the wing. And space to cross it.
Oh, I
Cutting
really
in,
just want
what
to
can
do
he
one
do
with
from this
Lonzo
position?
now. Oh,
all they
I
can
thought I
conjure
was
for
going to
now.
get that chance to shoot and score.
A
I was
chance
just like,
then for
yeah,
the
this is
respective
going to happen.
managers.
I was determined that was going to happen. "25 minutes already. Time goes so fast, I swear. But then again, we have played like 2 games into
So
this
back in
one.
business, the second half is underway. Leicester's difficulties there for all to see in the first 45. How do they respond now? Well, play stopped. It is a free kick. And an effective clearance. This might be ideal for the counter.
That's the first. I think that's the first time I've seen Kante on the ball this
And
game.
Kai Havertz.
Like in comparison
And
to
in with a
last
real
game, where he was,
chance.
up front, he was,
And there it
doing
is.
a
3
lot.
goals in front now. An immense
He's been
performance.
really invisible, which is unusual, but
Well, as you can see, he's
We
given far
move.
too much space, but he's
You
still
know,
has some work
Havertz
to
is
do,
doing
and
the
I
job
think
for
that's
him.
a very tidy finish. It
which
was
is what
never
should
in
be
doubt.
happening anyway.
Is this going to be a thrashing? 3-0 now.
I do want to put Barkley on at half-time.
Madison.
Oh, it's already been
Well,
half-time.
that's how to break the spirit of the attacker. And Chelsea showing
Hazard.
good width. Oh, surely. A goal!
Yes!
An exceptional performance this.
But I'm
Four
not going
to
to
the
take
good
off
now.
because Hazard and Havertz is on
Well,
the
you have to
hat-trick.
admire this
Hazard
bit
is
of play.
starting to
Just
score.
look how he runs with the ball. He always looked in control, didn't he? That's a brilliant goal.
Like Hazard plays really good as like centre
Lopsided
forward.
contest. 4-0.
So I could take Lukaku off for Barkley, Hazard in that centre
That's
forward
a splendid
position,
pass from Romelu Lukaku.
because he's not stopping.
A
He is not
goal!
stopping.
We're
I'm going to do that. I'm going to take Lukaku off because Hazard is not stopping. I wonder if he can play centre forward. Oh my god, he can play centre forward. I want to try that. I might be crazy, but I want to try that.
really being spoiled. This is attacking football at its finest.
People will call me crazy for doing
Well,
that,
here
but
it is
like
again, and it's
literally
all about the
not
pace in
that.
transition.
That might be
They're
something
so quick
really
to get out
good,
from the back, and when he gets onto
considering
it, he
how
decides to
Hazard
go
is
for
playing
power.
like
It's a
on the
really
swing,
emphatic finish, which gives the keeper no chance.
and how Barkley's form has been like on. Well, it's been good actually, but
My
they say
goodness,
it's been
it's so
on and off.
one-sided. 5-0 in this match.
And by they, I mean the game.
Great strong tackle, throw in forthcoming. And time for the change now.
I'll tell you what, Chelsea versus Brentford last night was really good, to be fair. Like, that one gave you a heart attack as a Chelsea fan. Because, like, even with
Possession
Mendy in goal, you're like, oh my
intercepted.
god, they just keep on coming.
Well, so much to
And I
like
think
about
if
Iago
anyone
Aspas
else
and
in
his
the Premier
overall
League, like
game.
literally any
Stuart,
keeper in the
your
Premier
opinion,
League
what
was in
might we
goal,
see from him this time around?
we'd have
Well, I think we can
conceded.
expect goals if his form is anything to go by.
Like, even
You
with,
just
like, an
hope that
Edison,
backline have been studying the tape,
I think
because
would be
most
gone.
teams have really struggled to keep him at bay.
I do rate Edison, and I would say he's like,
Space afforded him.
especially like last year, he was the best in the
Castagne.
league.
Here's Tielemans.
But like even with Mendy, he was the best in the league. I'm not gonna, you know, lie because,
It
you
is a
know, he
decent
kept
looking
more
attack
clean
here.
sheets and he
But
has
nothing
done a
comes of
lot
it.
of good work for his country too, you know. And he's
Iago
just that kind of
Aspas.
keeper that you want in your
Good
team. But do
visualisation
I
and
rate him more
execution.
than I rate Mendy?
What a lovely strike!
I mean,
Lethal piece of finishing. Drilled
the
home
only
with
reason I
true
say
conviction.
Edison is probably better than
Tremendous
Mendy
goal.
in the Premier League
A
is
glut
because
of
he spent
goals.
more time in the
5-1
Premier
it
League.
is.
And, you know, he's had like you know, quite a few seasons. So it's kind of like
Nicolas Pepe.
experience over, you know, over someone, you know, over
And a chance to
newcomers.
whip it in here.
But like, I do
Clearance
think
wasn't
in terms
decisive,
of
and no
quality,
problems whatsoever for the
performances,
goalkeeper.
Mendy is
Just
the
10
better
minutes
keeper.
remaining here. And he's made headway. Well, there's a keeper
Oh,
on
I thought he was
song.
going to score
Well,
then.
how did
I
he
thought
stop
he was
that?
going to
That's
score.
just unbelievable.
Take Hazard off? No.
Fired over by Azar here.
I'll tell you what, I feel like I've lost
Smuggled
something
behind
like
for another corner.
because of
Here it is now, a substitution.
like something in the attack
Played
because
over.
Lukaku's off.
Well, the marking was tight. The header off target in the end. Lovely work to get past his
But it
man.
could just be like Barkley's pace because Barkley's pace
Well,
is
not on the target. The keeper seemed to have it covered.
really slow.
Well, he did seem to have it covered, but it's not
I
a
thought it
bad
was going to
effort,
be a
though.
corner
He
because
really
I
did
thought, oh
strike
my
it
god,
well.
look, you know, God, I've hit the keeper on the way through. Surely.
Good technique displayed. Oh,
Yes.
burying them beneath an avalanche of goals. No let up here.
I if I wouldn't try to get Barkley
Well,
in on
just
goal,
watch this again.
just
A
to
change of
score
pace,
one,
a change of direction,
I think
and a
Hazard
decent
probably,
finish.
you know, would be
That's a
scoring
very
a
good
lot.
goal.
But then I was like, right then, you know, I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna
So 3
try and
minutes
get
of stoppage
Hazard
time
in
it'll
when
be.
I know Barkley can get in himself.
Iago Aspas. And he might be through here. Well, he'll be irked with himself. Ran into an offside position.
I think get another goal here. Oh, it's going to be Barkley.
He's taken on his
What?
opponent here.
You're gonna?
So the
Oh
final
no!
whistle now. It goes down as a
He was.
victory for Chelsea
He was on.
to the delight of their
He
fans.
was through.
Alonso,
How can you stop the game there?
and the danger's still on.
Oh wow! That flick is just really. I mean, it's painful for any Leicester fan. Yeah, this one I want to check. He's Alonso 6.8, even though like he's been literally everywhere, and he's been playing really well. And you saw how. Look, I told you, didn't I? Rudiger and Silva have a 7.5, right? And I wouldn't say that he played better than Alonso. 5 passes. 6 dribbles. 2 tackles. Whereas Silva's like 3 passes, 1 dribble, 5 tackles. But then again, you know, he's at like 100% pass rate. And Alonso was like 65 or something like that. That picture is just like, what are you doing? What? His eyes look so weird. Player of the Month for Werner. I mean, thing is, when people do streams, they don't look at the news, and I generally do. Like literally, like even when I'm playing, I'm just like, yeah, why not have a look? Well, the Spurs are gonna win this game, definitely. By news, I meant in-game, but you know, I was looking at the match score too. You know, keep everyone updated. And if you watch this later, then you're just like, oh wow, that's a, you know, live reaction. Oh, I can play Baker there. I didn't know you could play there. Yeah, I'm gonna take him off. Hazard. Oh, Havertz is still good though. No, I want to play Hudson-Odoi. I do. Alonso needs to rest. Brocken is gonna die out here. Like -3. I did put a request for him to go on loan, but it's like, yeah, no one wants him. Literally no one wanted him, so I'm just like, okay. I kind of want to put Loftus-Cheek on instead of Baker. If I keep Baker on the bench, his, you know, morale and sharpness should improve, since they'll be involved in training. We're against Juventus.
Noi siamo pronti. Se volete possiamo cominciare con le domande. Purtroppo il tempo a nostra...
They have Rafa. But isn't Quadrado a right back? Why is he playing right mid? Okay. I kinda wanna check that out. Because, I mean, Rafa is like a... Is he a right back? Because I didn't think he was. I think he's like a centre back.
The ticket is already stamped for the knockout phase, but can they claim top spot and perhaps a favourable draw? It's coming up on EA TV. And good evening on what is a perfect night for football. The floodlights shining.
I wanna check their team. Oh, it's changed, isn't it? So it won't show me. Oh, Rafa is the right back. Are you no? Quadrado is a right back, isn't he? He's playing right mid. Oh, different Rafa I was thinking of. I'm gonna check this up because Rafa, I'm sure that Cuadrado is a right back, not a right mid. He's 33. You're telling me that this man is 33? Shit. Yeah, he's a fullback. Juventus have lost their mind.
Down on the players as we speak. I'm Derek Ray, and I'm joined here on the gantry for commentary by Stuart Robson. And we've got Champions League group stage fare on the menu. Stuart, tell us about your pre-match thoughts.
Well, Derek, it's vital that Chelsea win this group. It just gives you that confidence going forward, and they may have an easier opponent in the knockout stages.
Ooh, who was that? Who was that? Chilwell.
And this is how the hosts will begin the game today. Wojciech Szczęsny is the goalkeeper. Giorgio Chiellini starts with Matthijs de Ligt in central defence. And Morata is the main striker for this match. And this is how it looks for Chelsea. Antonio Rudiger plays alongside Thiago Silva in central defence. And handed the task of playing up front today, Romelu Lukaku.
See, he cannot play a through ball to save his life.
So here is the
and you
table.
can argue the angle is tight and, there were players all over.
So
but he, no, some players,
games in the group stage, they know
what about that through?
Top spot, Stuart.
Well, only a point needed to top the group here, which can make a big difference when you play in the knockout stages. They'll certainly be up for this.
It's a high-level tackle. Brilliant. That's how to blunt the edge of the opposing attack. Good visualisation and execution.
Go on, Barkley.
To catch it under no real pressure. Well, that'll be a free kick. Poor touch, and they no longer have custody of the ball. Loftus-Cheek.
Loftus-Cheek.
Can they forge ahead?
What a goal. What a... No, that goal is just... Yeah, and just scream at the camera because that goal, and especially how he made his way around the players there.
It has everything: skill, pace, and power. There was no stopping him there.
He slid right by him.
And back underway, 1-0 it is. Locatelli. Morata.
Calm down, defence. Calm down.
As he runs at them. Dybala. And a tidy tackle.
Well, it's amazing how fans can be so blinkered with their views. They're going mad here.
Kante again.
Straight to the opposition. Will he play it in? And with that, the attack fizzles out.
Well, it's been quite clear that Chelsea have been second best in terms of possession, but that won't bother them because when they win it in deep areas, they've got forward with pace and with numbers.
Play the through ball with
a great counter-attacking display.
Bernardeschi.
Not to Chilwell.
Here's Chilwell. This attack looks highly promising. Lukaku.
Loftus-Cheek. I didn't even want to pass to Loftus-Cheek first. I was like, I'm gonna stop and then, kind of dribble around the defender. But it didn't work out that way because, He just ganged up on me easily. He's, you know, I was just gonna go around him, but it just didn't work.
He won't want to see that again.
I love this to be there, even though he's like, yeah, he's really playing good.
A second goal for them here.
Like both in real life and in the game, to be fair. But Mendy, like in real life, is like, oh my god. I didn't really finish my what I was saying before on Mendy. Don't know why. But like the saves he made for, like, yesterday, and normally, you know, the saves he makes in games are just world class.
Well, beaten
And they're, you know, they're.
And a goal! They're running riot here, almost out of sight.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace on the counter-attack. They were so quick to break out from their defensive positions, and when he gets onto it, he holds off the challenge, keeps his balance, and makes good contact with the ball. That's a top-class finish.
Well, the action continues, and Chelsea are accelerating away from their opponents, it seems. He's in behind. And there goes the whistle for half-time, and if... Underway then.
And I'm gonna end the stream here so I can answer the phone call.